See, many like to talk about the Mayans, they like to talk about 2012, cosmic disturbance, but they don't like to give you the full spectrum of the matter. You see, one of the last 15th century Mayan prophet by the name of Chalam Balam of Shumael, he also spoke about the true historical King of Kings, but they only like to extract the prophetic, cataclysmic prophetic portion of the 2012 prophecy of the Mayans, which is not being explained to its clear validity. But when we turn to page 113 and read the prophetic records of Chalam Balam Shumael, the last Mayan prophet, it states this. In these records, the Spaniard Hernan Cortez and the Spaniard military, they confiscated these records. They seen these records. And it states this. The Messiah was the name of the Creator before the heavens and the earth was created. Messiah Christ. We know that's the Greek interpretation. Chalam Balam Shumael made mention of the Messiah. The Christ was his name. Then he created the angels, talking about the second in command, the King of Kings. It says, then he created the angels, but it was manifested to the Most High that half of the angels were destined to sin. As the book of 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4 explains that situation of the matter. But we will have to go into the records of Enoch to give more clarity pertaining to how the angels sinned. But we don't want to go into that matter right now. Okay, we'll do a sermon dedicated specifically to Enoch. But the issue of the matter is that one of the last prophets of the Mayan Indians, known as Chalam Balam of Shumael, spoke about the true historical Christ. Let's turn to page 163 and let's see what other information that our brethren, the prophet Shumael of the 15th century, left us concerning the last judgment, chapter 23, St. John chapter 8 verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Now let's go, my brothers and sisters. You can read along with me. We're going to start right here. And it states this. It says, and there are three men, the true service of the Most High, well beloved of the Most High. He names one Elias and Methuselah. Here we have Chalam Balam Shumael making mention of Methuselah, who is the son of Enoch. Let us continue. And then he names Methuselah's father, Enoch, in his states, and then names. They are living to this day. They are ordained by the Most High to guard his seat. Our Creator shall call a reckoning in the valley, in the land, a great open savanna. Okay, let us continue. Let's start from here. There he shall sit upon his throne, which represents kingship and rulership. And it says, the entire world shall assemble there. For what reason? Let's find out. It says, the sheep shall be set apart, and they shall be on his right hand. Now what does that sound like? And the goats shall be set apart. Now let's stop right there. This is the same exact prophecy that has been prophesied in the book of Matthew, chapter 25, starting from the 31st verse, which the King of Kings shall perform. And it states this, when the Son of Man, meaning the King of Kings, shall come in his glory with the angelic military, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, because he's a king. The 32nd verse, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. The 33rd verse, listen up real good. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, just like we read to you in the prophetic prophecy of Chalam Balam, Shumael, our brother, one of the last prophets of the Mayans of the 15th century. Let's read that again. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. Let's return back to the Mayans prophecy. They don't read this part. They don't announce this part. And it states this. Okay. It said